This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
All right, so you're trying to determine whether this is creepy or love.
I don't know what to think about it. I think it's creepy. I'm just going to...
Are there any rules with love?
But before you start this story, though, do you know what? If these were two gorgeous-looking people, right, these stories come out all the time. Oh, he was looking at me on the train and we fell in love. These stories, you know what? Sometimes you do have to take risks, don't you? If you see someone that you find attractive, do you let it go because you think it is too creepy, or do you have a crack?
Oh, well, look, I don't know. What has the two gorgeous people got to do with it? Are you saying that when they're gorgeous, it's more of a love story?
It changes it. It becomes Hollywood.
Yes. Can you tell this story first, and then I will
You will jump in, okay.
Break it down for us afterwards, Fitz.
That's how we do radio.
Unpack it.
Listen and learn. Okay, Kirsten. I always get
always
confused.
get it wrong.
Christy, Crystal.
Doesn't matter.
Whatever. This lady, she's American. She's travelling. I don't know where she's going. Maybe she's going to see her mum.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway, she's on her layover, and she gets a ting on her phone, and it's a message. And she says, I'm at the airport. The creepiest thing just happened to me. I'm sitting there on my layover and I get a text. Here's the text. Hi, Kristen. It said Kirsten above. I'm still confused about the name. Hi, Kristen. Which, that's not even my name, she says. My name is Nate. The text continues. I saw you and thought you were so beautiful that I had to find a way to talk to you. I saw your number on your luggage tag and decided to text you. I promise this isn't as weird as it seems. Give a guy a chance. End text.
Okay.
Did she write? What was her reaction? Did she write back, or did she go, "Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful"?
Oh, look, I just don't think she did anything. She's very clear.
She went straight to Reddit.
This is an invasion of privacy. I have no idea who this guy is. I didn't notice a guy looking at me or anything, or I'm guessing she didn't. Or she also didn't notice a guy with his hands on her luggage, having a look at
Checking out the number.
I mean, his eyes must be good. I'm extra weirded out, Kirsten continues, because I have my address on my luggage tag, so he could potentially know where I live now. And then, of course, she gives everyone advice about being super cautious with the information they put on their luggage tags. Now, I guess it's better to err on the side of caution, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've got to trust humanity as well. Like, he's not going to knock on your front door.
How do you know? How do you know he's not that guy?
Do you...
Airport guy.
I mean, I think the fact that she's heard from him is a better indication. Imagine the amount of people who look at your luggage tags, get your phone number and address.
I agree.
And you don't hear from them.
Yeah, baggage handlers.
And they just happen to be peering in your window.
What if he's 6'3", right? He's got an amazing Yogi Bear hair and he's just tanned in a six-pack.
Oh, so attractive men aren't creepy?
Do you know what we would do with this story? We would go, this is such a gorgeous story of two people falling in love.
I knew that's what you were doing here, Fitz.
The far too personal baggage handler.
But I look, you know what? That's the way of the world. It's like even when we tell those stories about criminals and they've done the most heinous things, but people get all stirred up because they're hot. Yeah. Whereas if they look dishevelled and they've got, crazy hair and a wonky eye, oh my God, they're a serial killer. It's true.
It is true, and it's unfair, but I agree with Fitzy. It's either the start of a horror film for that girl or the most romantic love story you've ever heard, depending on what this guy looks like.
So what? Well, okay.
What about this question? Is her phone number in the public if she has it on her bag tag? Is that a public...
public? That's public property. Is that what you're saying?
Is that public display?
Well, what do you do? Put somebody else's phone number, and when your luggage gets lost, they call Joe Blow down the road and you never get your hairdryer back.
It's not a bad idea.
No, it's not.
Is it wrong?
Yeah, I don't know. 13, 20, 14, get involved. Maybe you just have an opinion about whether it's right or wrong, but maybe you have been approached in a grey way. Like, was it creepy? Did it weird you out? Would you have rathered it not? Or were you glad that they actually took a risk?
Anna in Redfern, what do you think, Anna?
It creeps me out.
Does it?
Yeah, of course it does. I was talking about this yesterday with a friend of mine. When I place orders online and they arrive home, all my details are exposed there from what my name is, where I live, and my phone number. I'm thinking, what the hell?
Anna.
And I have been yeah, go on.
Let's say you've ordered something to your house and it arrives, you open the door, and there, to Fitzy's point, is a very handsome man. And you
Well,
think,
that's my choice. That's
Yeah.
my choice if I want
no,
to.
hang on.
Yes, absolutely.
And
And,
then-
this is very dangerous territory.
But then he leaves
That's right.
and he messages you after that, saying...
That's even worse then. That's creepy. Nah.
Okay.
No.
So the person's not allowed to access the number inappropriately in any way.
Absolutely not.
That's
Don't you
right.
think, Anna? Because I actually think as
I'm
far
with you,
as far
Kate.
as finding love goes, there are some areas where it's appropriate and it's okay, and then other areas it's just off limits. Even if you do
It is.
take a shine to somebody, I mean, what if you go to the doctor's surgery and the doctor thinks you're all right, or somebody's got access to your
That's happened to me as well.
has it?
Your physio.
Unfortunately,
Or...
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was a physio. It was
Right.
a physio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the old
Okay.
physio.
Anna, what about? I mean, if you were at the airport situation, right, and a guy came over and he noticed the number on the bag, and then he went, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go over and I'm going to say, hi, I just wanted to introduce myself. We don't know each other. I've been staring at you for half an hour, or something along those lines. I think you're really attractive. This is out of the blue. Maybe we could get to know each other. Would you prefer that?
Well, if I notice that he's looking at my details, it's a no. I've got
Okay.
to give him the permission, and we're talking. It's a different story, but still, it'll take time before I give out my details.
You're
to
right,
someone.
Anna. I think maybe the more upfront approach is better, because if they're looking at your bag tag, what else? Like, what does that say about the way they operate usually?
It's creepy. They don't do it just with me. They've done it with many other people. That must be
Yeah,
an
that's a good
approach
point.
that they usually do. But I prefer to speak to someone and get to know them properly. And they could be the weirdest, the most ugliest, whatever person. But for me, if I like their character, I won't look at anything else. So it doesn't have to be looks for
Here,
me.
here.
Okay.
Love your thoughts, Anna. All right, let's go to Alison. Oh, no, Kira in Penrith. Kira, creepy or romantic?
Creepy.
Yep, good.
Okay.
Okay.
Got
So
into
is it the details, using the details to their advantage to make the move? Okay, Kira, can I ask you this question then? Imagine if I saw you on the bus, right? How do I then get in contact with you again? If I thought to myself, I want to take a risk here, do I have to get back on that bus again and talk to you personally to make an advance, or...?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And look, and I think maybe you have to trust in the universe. If you're meant to get on that same bus again, whether it's even in 7 weeks' time or 7 months' time, the world will bring you
Yeah,
together.
but do you know what it feels like? There's a lot of girls crying poor here. There's a lot of girls saying, I'm single, and therefore they're playing hard to get when there's guys trying to work out a creative way to make contact and introduce themselves.
You are a pig.
Maybe give the guy a chance. Maybe give the guys a chance.
Do you know
and
what?
Stop
Can I
crying
Can I just
lonely.
say? Yeah, absolutely,
It's very-
When did we
absolutely.
make
That
very
is
cancelled?
very- that is-
Alison in Woolloomooloo, this kind of thing happened to you. What happened, Alison?
It happened to me, and it's creepy. So I had someone from High Pages come around. You know how you get the handyman
Yeah,
come around
yeah.
and something in your house? So he had my name, address, phone number, etc. Came around, did the work, and about a week later, the doorbell rang, and I answered the door, and there was this person there with flowers, and I sort of recognised his face, but sort of went, oh, flower delivery, right? And then I got these flowers, and I didn't make the connection, and then he texted me a couple of days later saying, it's me, and why haven't you responded to me? And, I've brought you flowers and everything. Really creepy.
Oh,
was it
see, this is what happens.
Why is
Sometimes
that
when they're a
creepy?
bit.
Like,
well,
how do you-
firstly,
what do you want us to do?
No, firstly, he's come to the house, and then do you know what just gave me the chills? Then
What was it?
that Alison then received a follow-up text,
Yeah, that bit
and
got weird.
I got a feeling of a very underlying aggression and.
Well, you don't know.
No, hang on. Until you've been in that situation, I don't think you know where you're like, oh, he didn't just, I should just think, I've given the flowers, she didn't respond, that's her right, I'll let it go. If I was meant to hear, I would have, rather than go, this is where it starts. Why haven't you responded?
Right, and I also understand that he knows her number now and where she lives. I understand that
need
is
to be
key.
careful.
And I know. I think the point that we're trying to say is how's the best way to approach someone in that situation then, Kate? If we're a guy and we find someone attractive, right, how do I then make the next move? What do I do?
Well, I'm not sure.
Use the tradie scenario.
I'm not sure that you approach people in their very private space like that. I'm not saying you then stalk them at work, but I do just think that some scenarios are too tricky. I don't know, but I just think that if you've had the invitation to come to somebody's house and in their space and you do like them, but maybe just make the decision. I know I might fancy that person, but this is not appropriate. This is not the road that's going to open the door to love, and just let it go and trust that the world will send you somewhere else.
What if you wrote them a handwritten letter?
And left it like a scrawled in blood on the doorstep.
No. Sort of letters cut out of the newspaper. No, if you wrote, "Hey, Stacey, it's Darren. I cleaned your pipes last week. Thinking maybe we could catch up, or do you need any other help?"
You know what I've taken out of all of this? I'm so glad that Whipper's not out there on the market stalking ladies as we speak.
Seriously cancelled.
Keep yourself safe. Ladies, stay away from Rose Bay.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.